talking? Now I should be talking. There we go. And thank you, John Marcus, for giving me an excuse. And thank you, Skaggy Media. Thank you, Sean Paxlair. Thank you, Mandalar. Thank you, Waldo. And got a new follows in the off time there. It's me tonight. I had multiple people offer to join me. Ravlox was going to join me, but he had something come up at the last minute, but I already told Elgarion to take the night off. It's not a night off. He shouldn't have to work in the evening. It's on a Friday. That's lame. But anyways, let's see. 1 minute until showtime here. So I thought I'd just come on and do... It is Friday the 13th, 2020 edition. I'm not sure how much more scary you can get than that. Oh, I guess it could be scarier if I had my camera zoomed in more, huh? Hold on. There we go. That's a little better. Except now I've got too much face. Let's see. Whoop. Let me kill that thing. Oh, that was me. We're professionals here, guys. Professionals. There we go. That's how I get my proper quality lighting there, is I put a white screen. Oh, you can still see it. Why can you still see that? Oh, there we go. That one. And let's see. Let me turn that thing off. That's not what I want to turn off. How about that one? There we go. Now I don't have the game up. It is 4 o'clock. I'm running a little bit behind here today, as always. Again, thank you for joining me on the stream today. I'm going to be just doing rapid fire Q&A, trying to answer some questions, but I also want some feedback from you guys. I think as at least many of you know, if not all of you, that we are spending this release, because of Thanksgiving, is a super short release. It's a 3-week release from one release date to the next release date, which sounds like 3 weeks, that's a lot, but we always spend the first week after a release basically doing patches. And then we spend the last week of it in what we call lockdown by our usual procedure, which is you don't change anything unless it's, you know it's super safe, or it's something that's critical, and then you got to get a lot of people to inspect it. Basically, you don't make any big changes, which means if you take off the first week and the last week of a 3-week release, that leaves you with a week of work time. Not very much. Oh, and thank you, Hollyhawk, and thank you, Theo77. But anyway, so a short release. So this release, we're actually doing Q&A, just going through bugs, basically, working on bugs, trying to get a few quality of life things. Thank you very much, Dart and Obscuro. And also Waldo again. Cheer, cheer, cheer. I'm all for cheer. Oh, we're on a hype train, and you guys know how I work. For those who don't know, on the hype train stuff, we give out prizes here. You can get the prizes in-game. Usually my sidekick, he's not my sidekick, he's the guy that's normally on here, either Rick or Ravlox is the guy calling out the important stuff. Just saying, sidekick seems a little demeaning. They're both amazing guys. But the phrase, all you have to do is either buy something on the store, not the Crown store, but the actual web page store, or say autumn leaves and pumpkin please. Autumn leaves and pumpkin please. Let me get that in there. I'm sure somebody's typed it out. But if you say that phrase right there, in game, not in chat here, in game, then you will get entered into the giveaway, the prize inning as we call it. If you're in the prize inning, then normally at 15 after and 45 after, I'll do a drawing and we give away like 6 items out of the Crown store, which is the only reason you guys are actually here. I know how you work. But if we get the hype train, 1 level of hype train, and we give away 1 extra prize. If you complete 2 levels of hype train, which are already 35% towards completing 2 levels, we'll do 2 extra rounds of prizes. So it's your chance to give a little, give some bits there. Also, just because I had some people asking, I still do the radio thing where I give 10% of whatever I get on Twitch every month to any of the radio stations that have requested it. Right now we only have one radio station that's receiving it, but happy to, again, make that happen for other people. I just remembered to remind you guys about that because I just did that today. I've been doing that for like 10 or 11 months now, so. Anyways, it's going towards a good cause too. I am drinking tonight. I don't know where this cup came from. But it was one of the things when I was cleaning out the office. I found this cup in there, and I have no idea where it came from. If you know where it came from, let me know. But I saw this cup, and I cleaned it out, washed it, and it feels wrong to not use it on air. So, and also put appropriate beverages in it. As I sit here and wait for a few more people to join in the stream since I got a late start on you guys. No, I will not torture you with singing. I'd save the singing for the end now. I send you off with a song. That's the other thing, if you don't know, for 1337 bits, I will sing a song for you. If somebody else does the 1337 bits, I'll have to do one while we're waiting on a prizing or something. But I always feel obliged to tell, usually I tell a fish story and a Maxine story, Maxine being my amazing kiddo. The one I'll do a Maxine story today, which was, and I keep it short. I know you guys want to hear about Shroud. She has a lot of personality, and of course she's trapped at home and does some weird things. Sometimes we're on different schedules. I get up, for those who don't know, I get up at like 3:30 in the morning or 3 in the morning sometimes, and start my workday so I can be mostly done with my workday before she ever gets up. Well, she stays up until 10, 11 o'clock sometimes reading her book. But she started coming into our bedroom late at night. This yesterday morning I woke up and there was a note at the foot of the bed when I got up. And I took it downstairs to read it just because it was dark in the room or whatever. But took it downstairs to read it. And it was a note from Maxine, from my 6-year-old. Wrote a note saying, I came in at 9:57 and you were both asleep. And she left a note saying that, so. Apparently I went to bed too early for her and she came to talk to us. And just decided to leave us a note instead. But anyways. So far this release though, we've been getting a lot of stuff done. Again, there's a lot of bugs. I'm hoping to get some feedback from you guys in case you don't know. Has anyone tested that? Yes, the question bot is working. If you do ! question. And then a message behind it, it'll go into a log for me so I can read those later. Today, again, since we're doing a Q&A cycle here, just a polish and bug fix cycle, and we're doing great. Oh, you guys are getting close on the hype train. You got 1 minute left to get that last 35%. Get an extra round of prizes. You can be someone's hero. I figured if you guys want to, if you have specific bugs you want to, whoa, 81%, just 19%, and then stop there because it's tough to give away that many prizes and read out that many prize winners on the stream. After you get to level 2, that is. But if you guys have specific bugs you want to make sure we try and hit, I've been hitting a lot of the ones that have come up on stream before. Come on, guys, 23 seconds, 14% to get another round of prizes. And then I'm going to do, spend a minute or two. I'll start a prize thing and I will read off all the thank yous and get those out of the way. Woohoo, 100%. Okay, stop there. Hey, thank you. Oh, that's still trying to catch up with you guys being awesome. So let me go kick off a prizing and I'll read off their prizes. Let's see. Bam. All right, the prizes are going, so let me get off a bunch of thank yous here. Stymie, long live the Syndicate. Thank you very much, Stymie and the Syndicate. HT Genie UK, that's a name I've seen for a long time. Thank you very much. Waldo, again, thank you and thank you again. Dart and Obscuro. Waldo, I should probably say a bunch of times here. He carried a little more than his weight there. Mandalar, also awesome. Pipester, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Skeggy again for all the stuff you do. Sanja. Sorry, it's small on the screen. Thank you for the follow. Dehimbrand, Aelis, Adara, thank you for the follow. Dices, thank you. Mandalar again. Man, Mandalar is definitely carrying more than his weight. John Marquez, thank you again, and I'll get your song at the end. Darton Obscuro, thank you. Sean Paxlair, thank you. Dices, thank you. The Vooch, everybody's contributing here. Sean Butt, driving 20 tier 3 subs. Oh my goodness. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Sean. Speaking of names I've said for a long time. And Treasure Pile and Hollyhock and Theoli. Okay, well the screen will catch up with it there. Let me see if the prize bot is done here. If it is, I'll read off the first prize. Then I'm going to dive into questions. No more silly stories about fish or anything. Starting off, we got a wood duck decoration pet going to Howard Johnson. I'm sure that's not an advertisement there. Let's see. Bonnet top grandfather clock goes to Glimmer. Sphinx bookend statues goes to Darton Obscura. Ornate cornucopia 2015 goes to Baranthon. Epic fall white birch tree goes to Carpe Noctem. Thank you, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And the Justice TV show, thank you as well. Oh, you guys are still doing the hype train. Well, there's the first extra one. I'll do another one here in about 5 minutes or so. How's your week? Everybody had a good week? While I pull up my list of questions that you guys are putting in there right now. Let me do my weekly plug since I see I got 100 and something people in here now. And say, stay home, stay safe. Again, this is one of those things I say every release or every stream, but this time more than ever, in case you hadn't seen, I know different networks cover it different amounts, but the pandemic is actually at the highest level it's been at by far, like twice as bad as it was at previous levels. That goes on pretty much all the metrics. From infection, positive tests, to number of people in hospital is crazy and higher than it's ever been before. And we're just about to come into the Thanksgiving holiday time, and there's my dog barking, who's barking. Mojito, come in here, bud. Mojito, do you want to be on stream? Our friend from California is in town, and my wife is sitting out doing the driveway meetup thing. We set the chairs 15 feet apart so they can meet in the driveway, speaking of being safe. But the dog does not appreciate them being out in the driveway and not letting him out to play. But anyways, be safe, be super safe out there, guys. Thanksgiving's coming up. Again, where pandemic's going to be spiking right at Thanksgiving, so be extra, extra careful if you do go to home or whatever. Just, again, use caution. Be extra careful on the travel there. That's kind of the worst nightmares. You fly somewhere and then you pick up COVID on the plane and then you infect your parents, or you are the parents and the kids do it to you. So again, be extra careful out there, guys. We've had a few different community members that I know of who've had it, and it is not fun. All right. Whew. Let's see. Eric Rules, does this work? Yes. The answer is yes. Xander Wild, will you be fixing the player dungeon bugs that stop me from placing planters in my foyer? I actually didn't know about that. I'm trying to remember what that one might be. So we've got Ravelox and a number of other people. I'll call out Alley Oop just because I know that they are absolutely freaking amazing and have been for years. And just do tons and tons of great stuff. All right. Two level hype trains. So I'll get in 4 prize innings today. But anyways, they're doing a great job on the bugs and getting those lined up and getting them assigned to people, and they're trying to make sure they're being clean on those things. I don't think they've got all the bugs entered. They've kind of been working on some of the higher priority bugs, and the other thing they're trying to do now is they're trying to make sure they can reproduce them themselves, because that's one of the things. We have a limited number of developers on the team, and if we get a lot of bugs that end up being, and this is generally what a lot of bugs end up being, I'm sure it's a legit bug that people have found, but a lot of times there's special sauce is what I refer to it as, which means that you're able to reproduce it, but there's something special about the case. And until we have a reproduction case, we try not to spend too much dev time on it, and they're trying to go through and reproduce those. I'm not saying we're not getting to those, so we're just trying to make sure that they're reproducible before we have, spend a programmer or a designer working on the thing. But anyways, they've been doing a great job on that. I don't know how many bugs, but we cleared out probably 100 old bugs or more this release, in addition to doing some other things. I know Beezus was working on, what was he doing? He was doing something with butchery. I'm trying to remember his cleanup on the butchery stuff. He was talking to Elgarian about it, I'm not sure, but that's actually going to be one probably semi-new feature, but just kind of a small redesign, I think. Let's see. Coswald Dirthmeyer asked, has anyone managed to solo the breach? Do you know how many pairs have duoed it? Coswald, I have not looked at that. For those who don't know, the breach is a scene that went live. It kind of went live in a testing mode this last release, which was all of 2 weeks ago. So it's in there, but you kind of have to get an invite, which can be an invite from another player that you can teleport to them, just party up with them. So if you see somebody in there, you can get in pretty easily, or just shout on Universal and get in pretty easily. There isn't an official entrance to it yet. We will be adding that official entrance this release. In fact, it may already be on QA. I don't know for sure. I don't think I've seen it marked fix. That is on Sanyo. I usually let him place scenes and add the entrance stuff to him. But anyways, that'll officially be live now. But for those who don't know, it's actually, again, trying out a couple new boss mechanic type things, a couple new game mechanics, trying to get those in there and trying to create some content, trying to get a good measuring stick of what is challenging content. It is intended to be multiplayer party type encounter. It is not intended to be soloable. So, of course, that means you guys all want to solo it. I know Vesper was trying to solo it last time. I don't know if he did. But I will pull up pull up my metrics and see if anybody has managed to solo it. I don't think anybody probably soloed it. Surely not. You guys wouldn't do that to me. Let's see. I would bet that someone's going to be able to solo start it. They'd have to do the order, and this is one of those things I was thinking about, because there's 4 bosses. For those who don't know, there's 4 bosses, and you have to have them all dead. They have a 10-minute respawn window. So the kind of the things you have to, from the time you kill the very first one of the 4 bosses, you have 10 minutes to kill the other 3, and then get to the middle. And they're in a map that's like 500 meters across. It's not huge, but it does take some time to run, so you got to also be fast running there, and then you got to kill them fast. And I was thinking about it, that there's one boss that is significantly tougher than the other guys, just kind of some misguessing on my own testing, which is the Earth Elemental. Rock is his name, W-R-A-U-K. But if you started with him and you killed him first, and then you raced and killed the other 3, you might be able to do it solo, but I'll tell you. Yeah, Eve Midnight. Yeah, Earth Golem is a chore, but if you started with him and make him the one you kill first solo, the other guys are more easily soloable. So if you started with him, then you got 10 minutes to kill the other 3. That was achievable. I actually thought about that, and I was like, do I want to fix that? And I was like, no, I'm going to leave it there. So, but anyways, it's been a good measuring stick to watch you guys go through that content. I was watching it like every day for a while to see what people were doing on it. But I actually stopped watching after I saw, kind of got a ballpark. But yeah, I should keep an closer eye on it and see if you guys find any good strategies for it. There are some strategies that are intended in terms of like the final boss fight, pulling the guys out of the middle rather than standing there kind of in the kill zone or whatever you want to call it there in the middle of it. But anyways, I will start that pulling up in the background. I'm going to start another prisoning round going. Doing that now too, and let me get to some more questions, and I'll see if anybody's soloed it, because that's a good question. I don't know. John Marcus, will you be supporting the new ARM architecture for the OS X? In case people missed it, Apple made a big announcement this week that the next Mac is going to move away from Intel. and move to their ARM architecture. Lots of good reasons for it. You know, we've kind of been, game developers been spoiled for a long time because we've had, you know, all the main platforms are on Intel. Makes it a little easier for us. But they're moving back to ARM. That is actually not that big of a problem. The engine that we use, that we have a love-hate relationship with, Unity, does a really good job of supporting other platforms. They already support the ARM stuff, and the ARM chips also, and again, this is digging back into my brain on some of the stuff that I haven't looked at in years, but it uses like a, they call it a thumb instruction code type thing that it can do the on the fly. But anyways, it should work fine. We should still be supporting on the next ones. I'm curious to see how it runs. Obviously, the chip that is going into those, and again, far too techie for most of you guys, but the chip that's going into those is a kind of a supercharged version of what they put in their iPhones and their iPads. And it's going to have 4 fast cores and 4 low energy cores, low power cores. So again, should run fine. We'll see. As soon as it's available, we'll get support out for it. But again, we got to wait and see. Just it's just been announced, and waiting to see how that support runs. Hopefully, it's not going to be something where we end up having to upgrade to the latest version of Unity. That's the only real concern that I have, is they're going to make us upgrade to Unity 2019, which has been both slower and bug-ridden. For those who don't know, Undone, one of the engineers who works with us, who, by the way, got the API server back up and running this week, and I added it to the backup thing, so the API server should be up. You guys can yell at me if it's not. I have not verified it. But he has his project as well. He actually spent the time, kind of did the same, jumped through the same hoops we did, after seeing that what problems we ran into, and that some of those wouldn't be a problem for him, but he upgraded and found it or significantly slower, the latest version of Unity, and then immediately backed out his project to the other version. But we're hoping they get some of those issues solved, and hopefully 2019 will become usable, and really I'm just hoping we can stay on 2018 until 2020 is really solid. And yes, they are kind of a year behind on things. But who am I to question people on being behind on things, right? Dark and Obscure is bug where I can't place a cask. Okay, so that sounds like 2 people have problems they can't place in their... Well, that's basement, not dungeon. So yeah, so I guess we need to get a few of those. I'm going to copy this and paste this whole list over to Ravlox and see if he knows of any of these things. Let's see. Gwendolyn Obscura asks a question. Is the new belt of the Dedicated supposed to reduce fizzle, or is it meant to be a tank belt and increase fizzle? It is meant to increase fizzle. It is really OP the current way it is right now. I had, I think Vespers was telling me on Facebook chat that he already reported that. I'm going to get it out. I didn't have it ready for a patch to go out. I should probably put up a tweet or something about it to let you guys know. That is not how it's supposed to be. Obviously, the belt of the Dedicated is supposed to be a dedicated warrior thing, and you're giving up all your fizzle, and the numbers are backwards. So yes, yeah. So I need to get that fixed. I'll try and get a fix out, a patch out this weekend for it, and let people know. So don't buy it. I mean, it's actually a really cool belt if you're the type of person that you don't care about fizzle. I know it's one of those things people, you know, a lot of people, because we have the completely flexible system, you can be a caster and a fighter and mix however you want to and be more self-sufficient, but there's a lot of people that actually just want to play. They want to role play being the tank, the warrior, and do very little casting. Let's see. A Twitch newbie, how do you give Chris my bits? Save them for next stream when we have a hype train going on. You can give me some bits if you want to, but you'll get more bang for your buck next time. Let's see. Cypher 1 Black, can we make it so conversationalists can be placed in pots, not just on lots? So this is something, for those who don't know, we've got the conversationalist guys that have, you can define their own dialogue and kind of program your own tree, conversation tree with them. Elgarion, the guy who's normally with me on these streams, but I'm trying to give him a few Fridays off because he's got a girlfriend. He's probably watching right now. But anyways, but he has been doing amazing stuff. One of the amazing things he's been doing is adding more different conversationalists, so you guys have some different visual varieties on things. But I'm not sure if there's a reason they can't. That's one of those that has come up a few times. Again, I'm going to be copying all these and pasting them to our what we should be working on this next week chat, and see if we can get some of the bugs reproduced. But I'm not sure. I'm trying to remember if there's a reason. I don't know that there's a reason for it not to be that way. Oh, speaking of the breach. Let's see. Let me read the next prize bot here since we're 24 minutes in here. Wood decoration pet goes to VX. Bonnet top grandfather clock goes to Sarah Ravenwing. Sphinx bookend statue goes to Berinthion. Oh, and that's a repeat, but I think we're going to have, there may be some repeats this time. I'm not sure why there's repeats, but sometimes it does that. It's supposed to exclude it, but you get what you pay for. We actually, this is like some system we rolled a while back. I'm not sure why I didn't catch that. Ornate Cornucopia 2015 goes to George Kangaroo. Kangaroo. I like that. That's good. It's kind of like kangaroo, except it's spelled like guru. Kanguru. Epic Fall White Birch Tree goes to Alder Borsod. We had some people, somebody brought it up on the channel. It may have been Elgarion. But somebody brought it up on the team channel that the epic trees are freaking ginormous and less useful to players who only have lots, especially like if you have a row lot or something. It's not going to fit on that. I think it probably fills up like a village lot or something. So we were talking about what to do with those. We may try to come up with a solution and let you change them in on those. Yeah. We'll see. Yeah, that was kind of an odd choice just because it is usable by fewer people. Hey, thank you very much, Solistic Lemur. Solipstick Lemur. God. And Grumpy Crabnavir, another name I've said many times, cursed, many times thanked. Thank you, Grumpy, for hanging in there, bud. The Justice TV show also, thank you. Stymie again, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, let me get through a few more of these questions. So some of the bugs we fixed, I think I've been tweeting about a few of these things. I haven't tweeted nearly all the stuff we fixed. Try and get a lot of more polish on the mounts. Just there's a lot of little bugs on those things. There's some sound bugs with them, and there's a bug with scale. Currently you can intentionally screw up the scale and it doesn't catch it right. Like you can take off your fairy wings or whatever, your fairy belt, and then get on the horse and then put it on and shrink while you're on the horse and get some weirdness. I think the same thing is true of the cloak, that we hide cloaks. We can now set which cloaks get hidden when you're on a horse. So you can have like fairy wings or a backpack or whatever. But the normal cloaks don't look bad, but you can also take your cloak off and put it back on while you're on there and it doesn't block it. I also have not submitted, it's not going to be on QA yet, but I should have a key hooked up so you can bind, and this is again straight from you guys, so you can bind a different key for dismount so that escape isn't always the dismount key, so you can have your own, because there's a lot of people who were complaining that escape is the dismount key. So that hopefully that'll get out there and that'll solve a few complaints you guys had on things. Let's see. Buzz key. When I leave some player towns, it sends me to the wrong area of the world map. What causes this? So that shouldn't happen. Hopefully that is, if it's repeatable, that's probably just a Sanyo problem. We have to map where those things go back. There's actually some manual work we have to do for pots to hook them up, and so there's some manual connections that Sanyo does. And he's one of those guys that always has 100 things to do, so just let him know he's pretty good about it. If you're the pot owner and you know your town is messed up, I think you can like open a ticket or something with him and he'll fix it. Obviously, no charge for fixing bugs like that for your pot. Let's see. Oh, and Belladonna Rose asked a good question here, which I have some information on. Belladonna Rose said, when do the terraforming tools go into the game? I will be needing to flatten out some land soon. So I've been working on that this weekend. This week. I actually stopped on Thursday because I realized I'd spent 3 days on trying to fix all the edge cases and things. For those who don't know, edge case, when we talk about edge cases in software stuff, that's usually like, you know, when you think out a problem, there's all these, like, here's the big thing we're trying to solve. But then when you do that, there's always all these little, like, and here's this other very small consequence, and this other very small consequence, and this other very small consequence. Kind of like with the mounts, where it's like, hey, mounts are done. That only took, you know, a week or so. And then we've been fixing bugs on them ever since. You know, like the cloak stuff and the shrinking and while on the horse and player scale being different and sound, you know, all those type of things. Those are the edge cases. But anyways, I've been working on it. I actually have it. I sent a picture out to the team. I'm trying to get it to the point where right now there's some, I've got it working, but there's some edge case problems. Let's see if I can find my screenshot. Where'd you go, screenshot? Here we go. Let's see. Hold on, I'll get this up there in just a second. Hold on. This was me exploiting my own feature, trying to figure out what you guys would do. So this is one that I originally, I think you guys know I'm pretty loose with like letting stuff go live that has, you know, some issues with it. This is one that I didn't want to let go live that has some issues or exploits with it, because it could be very, very frustrating for other players. You put down, you know, you do a little terraforming with your town, flatten out some areas. I'm trying to make sure we handle the cases where we don't let them get into a bad situation. Like, basically the problem, there's a couple problems, but you can, basically you could use the terraformers to terraform and build like platforms or holes or pits or whatever until it gets more checking in there and some handling in there, and end up with people up on, you know, raised platform type things that are weird. But then, you know, some poor player comes in there and puts his town on there, and then like, okay, well now if we fix these things, and you got this player who's up on like some elevated platform land thing, kind of like what you saw there in the picture, you know, that's going to be problematic in terms of us, like, do we have to like go and evict him? Do we let this obviously hideous thing hang around? But anyway, so I'm trying to get some more of those things fixed. There's some issues with the terrain and when I'm going to apply it. It'll probably be when you put down your deed markers. That's going to be the first thing that it'll show up in. But you'll be able to put down your deed markers, and it will flatten the terrain for those. So if you saw the picture I just put up there, the current amount of flattening I'm looking at is probably about a third of what that ledge looks like there. That ledge right in front of me. But I'm trying to get that to be probably a third of that. So we're looking at probably a ½ meter plus or minus, because if not, it starts getting crazy. But there's some things you could do where you basically can build some platforms with it by raising and raising and raising. Like, you can imagine a hill. If you continue to raise on up the hill, I've got to have stuff to check to make sure you're not raising on top of something that's already raised on top of something that's already raised. I know that was a long explanation, but anyways, it's still happening. It's getting pretty close. The hitching for it, doing it at when you place it, is pretty nasty. If we do them all at once when we start the map, it's hardly noticeable. I mean, it's not noticeable because you're just in the load time. So the likely case is when you place things, you will not see them update most likely until you exit the map and return. I may end up changing that and just make it so if you're governor, you get some special thing. But anyways, but it's still going to happen. It is, the other thing I found is the current tolerance we allow for placing lots is insanely small. We're talking like any, like the smallest, tiniest little bump. So I'm loosening that up a bit, and that will be going live in this release. I've already looked through it and played through it. It does not cause a big problem to let you guys have a few small deviations in your lots right now. The houses will place fine. It could block some like item placement, object placement, but it doesn't even seem to block that because that's always had a bigger tolerance. But anyways, I'll probably, the thing I was looking at doing right now and getting for this release is making it so when you place stuff, you know, you get the green thing. It's either green or it gets red if you can't place it there or whatever. But making it a green if it's perfectly flat, a yellow if there's some deviation to it more than what you're used to, and then a red if it can't be placed there. So again, for this release, the most likely thing, because I'm going to try to focus on fixing a lot of small bugs, is more tolerant, but it's not going to flatten. I'm talking a lot. I need a drink. Prost. Let's see. Asjurion Dufresne asks a good one. Will the bug be fixed when merging 4 artifacts to a higher one? Durability is wrong after merging. Yes. So this is actually, it wasn't just artifacts. This is a bug that was happening in all sorts of crafting stuff. I think people reported on artifacts, but it also happened in a slightly different way on other items, where you could have an item that's like 150 durability thing, and then it gets plus 50 durability, and it has 150 durability, which is, I'm sure, infuriating for crafters. So one, yeah, we fixed it. Again, this is our quality of life and bug fixing release. So that issue's been fixed, not just in artifacts, but all items. So then we had the question on the team, what do we do? Because now these items, you know, maybe you had a 50 durability item that was supposed to be 100 durability. Okay, well, we fix it, so now it has a max durability of 100, but all the durabilities stay at 50. And how do we go about fixing that part of it? So I think I just saw, if you saw QA come offline, come down for a little while, a little bit ago, that was Wizard Smoke doing a test that we're going to be doing. Hey, thank you very much, Vooch. The prize phrase. Hold on, let me paste the prize phrase. No, that's not it. Somebody will post it for me. You guys are better than me. Autumn leaves and pumpkin, please. But anyways, we talked about what to do. So here's the how much we love you guys. Because of this problem, we're going to be running on any of the items that were affected by it. We're probably going to be running, I'm not sure if you got to work on just those items or all items across the entire game, but we're going to be repairing all items 50 points. Again, I'm not sure if you got that. He may have got that to work just on these items, so they get repaired up after they get that aspect fixed. But we'll see. I forget whether he went to that extra length to for that stuff. Gwendolyn Obscuro asks, will the ether creatures finally be leaving this release? They would be more seasonal if they were in for less than half the year. Yeah, they should be. I think I saw Sanyo had a task for that. So yeah, I think that they are going away this release, and maybe... what's his name? Evil Santa. You know. I want to say Crabnavir, but that's Grumpy Crabnavir. You guys know who he is, though. That guy. He's going to be showing up. My brain is fried, guys. Sorry. Krampus. Yes, Krampus, not Crabnavir. And the winner is Coswald Dirthmeyer, who got it out first. But yeah, they should be going away, and Krampus, I think, shows up. Let's see. Amanita Shroom asks, are there plans to be able to shop while on horseback? So I'm going to be adding some more things. Right now, I think for those who use the horses, you know 100% of the stuff you try and do it on horseback, and you either can't do it or it'll dismount you. We're going to be going through, that was kind of the, you know, turn off all the trash compactors. I know, it's an old dumb reference. But anyways, that was, we wanted to make sure and hit everything, and then we're going to go back and start turning on things. So we'll be turning on a few things you can do while on horseback. there's some things that we can choose to do that, you know, we may choose to do it like crafting or whatever from horseback, just because it looks horrible if you try to craft from a horseback. You guys know it goes into that camera and the, imagine your horse being halfway into the table or whatever. That may be the case that ends up being for shopping as well, but we'll see. But I am going back and trying to turn on some of those things, because there's also, we've always had the separated out, you know, arm motions and leg motion type stuff for things, so you can be running and cast a spell or whatever. So there may be some things you can do while on horseback that may be allowed, like, you know, casting a light or something like that. But I'm going to be turning on some of those things this release. We also, another one that I wanted to mention that was, again, as we go through our quality of life and catch-up release here, is Elgarion has been amazing. I know I say this every release. Everybody on the team is amazing, but he's the one that's been showing the amazing new stuff lately, which is, I probably just think it's more amazing than everybody else because he's doing a lot of the stuff that I spend a lot of time doing. He is going through, and I think he went through the artifacts that had unique appearances and turned some of them into patterns. And then he also was like, these artifacts suck, Chris. These artifacts don't have unique appearances, which many of them do. But he's also looking at whether or not he can give some more of those artifacts unique appearances for many of them. Because many of them are like, you know, looks like a normal sword or a normal pair of boots, and then sometimes I could give him a texture swap, something like that, but not anything super cool. So he's making the super cool ones into patterns. Anyways, some of those will be going live. I think I'll have some of the artifact patterns out this release, and he can do the pattern stuff now. I actually have not done it before, but he said he's going to show me how to do it. Did I mention he's awesome? Let's see. Man, questions are rolling in here. Let's see. Hey, thank you very much, Sir Frank. Speaking of names I like saying. Nice to see you, Sir Frank. Let's see. The Mad Chef of Xenos. Can you share any progress or any roadblocks that you're encountering preventing expanded guild functionality? So that's one that we actually have on the fairly short list. I have a number of people who have been pinging me on that. I've had people pinging me to the point of saying, how much do I have to pay you to improve the guild and add more guild functionality? So that's one that'll probably get in the last month of the year in December. We're probably going to end up spending a good chunk of that for quality of life. I think there's going to be a few things that come online in terms of new features, but just we've been making such good progress on the bugs and quality of life stuff we've been doing, and I think you guys probably appreciate it as much or more than when we're trying to add new features. So we're going to be doing a lot of the quality of life type stuff, and that's one of the ones that has come up that we've talked about having a meeting on. So hopefully we'll have a meeting on that, and I can get some feedback from you guys on some specific stuff you...
4:40. It's 4:40
What does that mean?
It's 4:40 p.m., Dad.
What does that mean?
I said it's 4:40 p.m.
I know. Maxine, how long until 5?
Only about 20 minutes.
20 minutes. Did you guys see that? I know that doesn't mean anything to you, but she's been doing 2- and 3-digit math stuff on her stuff. She passed first grade, by the way. Oh, I'm back on the Maxine stuff. She's in 2nd grade. She's going to wrap up 2nd grade here soon. She's already doing all the everything. Dog, hush! And yes, we are homeschooling her right now. All right. I'll give you guys a little extra time here. Dog. I used to have a camera that I would keep that was just on Mojito because he'd be in his bed sleeping. But I took that down a while back. Now you get to see the fish in the background. Let's see. As Modi Mool says, y'all gonna fix the LB two-handed sword pattern? I didn't know that there was a problem with that. I'm gonna try to, again, I mentioned anything that's going into this question list for today, I'm going to copy this over, and so we'll look at evaluating some of these things for fixing them next week. For those who don't know how we roll, we usually do the last Thursday of every month, but there's a holiday on the last Thursday of this month, Thanksgiving, and we don't like releasing when there's going to be people who aren't available, immediately before and immediately after, because it would suck for people to go home for their Thanksgiving whatever with family. You shouldn't do that, by the way, because pandemic, but and not have them around. So we're doing it a week early, but we normally do the week of lockdown. So all we do in this last week before the release is try and fix safe, but quality of life, semi-critical type bugs. And I mentioned that because fixing the LB two-handed sword pattern is one that should be a very safe bug, and also something that Elgarian can probably do now because that guy's amazing. Let's see. Pipester asks, can you add Heavy Halberd as a drop to Tartarus since it's on the Satyrs and I never get it to drop anywhere? Yeah, that's one of those that I didn't even know about that, and players were telling me about that. I think that's one that got added to like one specific tier of Satyr and didn't get added anywhere else. And yeah, that's one that I thought I had added already because players brought this up. And again, it's one of those things I had no idea why it was important to players. But yes, that seems like that should be an easy one unless people can give me a reason not to do that. Let me kick off another prizing here since it's 4:45. We'll get this one, and then we've got one more to do after this. Let's see. And also Tartarus, I do hope to get back to work on some more Tartarus stuff. I thought about adding a boss fight there because I actually have some sections that have never been opened up to you guys before. There's actually a pirate ship area with some moving boats, and there's also a floating islands over lava section that's never been opened up to you guys. But I've actually been working on the outdoor mining scene when I have moments and I need a moment of zen. I don't get to do many moments of zen, but that's kind of what I call it when I get to work on maps, just because I do enjoy working on the maps a lot. But someday soon, I'll get back to Tartarus stuff. Ooh, Mad Chef of Xenos. Can we get a shark mask like the bass and tuna masks in game? Whoa, I can't believe we don't have a shark mask. We should totally have a shark mask. I'm not going to say yes because I'm not the guy that's going to do that art. And Damon is, I think he's a little less stressed. We kind of stressed him out. We were trying to front load an entire release at a time of new store stuff and new drops and new art stuff. So that's done. So he should be able to catch up. I know I think Elgarian was asking him if he could make him some unique meshes for artifact stuff, and he kind of did the thing to him. So, the Javare, do. It's Italian week or Italian month at our house. We're doing a month at a time where we focus on just one country for Maxime, and we learn about that country and watch videos on it, try to theme our nightly video watching to it, and then we eat food from that country. So I have Italian stuff on my brain. But Javare, is it possible to get or to place no trade items into chest marked private? My inventory and bank are pretty full. So I think this is the no trade stuff. Anything that's marked heritage, I think it may just be anything that's no trade. That was a request from players. I'm pretty sure, don't quote me on this, because I try to not get too distracted when I'm really trying to focus on working stuff with the rest of the team. But I am pretty sure that this release, that is going to be, they will not take up bank slots. So if you have things marked heritage or no trade, I believe they will not take up bank slots. See? We listen sometimes. let's see. So anyway, soon you'll be able to keep them in your bank, and they won't take up slots there, and you'll be able to fill up your bank with all the no trade stuff. I think, like 95% sure. Red Dragon. No, practice dummies cannot work without owners being online yet. I don't know. Again, that's one I need to just go look at. I'm going to use this list as my starting point starting tomorrow morning to go and start looking at some of these things. So I'll be picking things, trying to pick stuff off of this list because I've almost worked through the bugs that have been verified and assigned to me, if you can believe it. Let's see. Mad Chef of Xenos, can we get an option added to player vendors to send all items to their respective owners' banks without banning the player from the lot? That's one we've talked about. That's, again, these are problems that, you know, I mentioned earlier, the edge cases. That's another one of those edge cases we hadn't accounted for, and there were a bunch of different situations where weird stuff like that can happen. But that's one that's come up. I don't know if that's high on the list, but again, I'll be throwing this up there for other team members if they want to go and try and fix some of these. Wizard Smoke's been doing amazing stuff too, just in terms of he's been fixing not just quality of life stuff for you guys, but he's been fixing quality of life stuff for the team, which is really important because it helps keep us more productive and keeps us moving. Dog? Mojito? You're embarrassing me. You're supposed to be a good dog. I think Maxine just went outside. HT Genie UK, could we please get bandit armor pieces added to the list of items that can take a leather pattern? Yes, that's one that, again, Elgarion knows how to do now, so. Gaylorn Hammer Throw, can we get trophies, plaques that drop for deco for certain accomplishments, like completing the bridge? This is actually one that we've talked about a few times, and we just haven't had art, but I actually gave Elgarion the go-ahead, and I'm going to start looking for things that trying to get some more trophies for you guys that show up as drops, whether it be for a quest or an achievement or something like that. Again, for those who don't know, we actually have an achievement system that's fairly rotted in the game that was done through Steam, through Steam's achievement system. I don't even know if it still works, because it's one of those things, as soon as we did it and we saw how much we hated using Steam, we stopped adding to it. But that is also on our list of things. And that's one that actually talked that there may be an option where we can get an outside contractor to come in and help with, but we will see. But yes, I like the idea of having trophies drop, you know, just from big boss fights. The big boss in the Breach is one that, you know, I hope to get more and more loot on him. And also, hopefully I'll have the Shadow boss ready. I may not have it tested for this weekend, so it may be kind of like the Breach boss fight, where I put it live-ish, but without any loot drops on it, and then get it on QA for you guys to test, and then get it on live for you guys to test, but without any loot drop updates. But that'll be going live as well, and that's another one that will definitely deserve some trophies. I'm going to try to make it, I'm not trying to make it harder, I'm trying to make it a totally different fight, though, from the Breach. But again, a party-focused fight. All right, let me read these prizes, and then I never went and actually pulled the boss fight stats that I mentioned earlier. Let me go see if I can find that. Let me go read off the prizing real quick, because then I've got to do one more prizing after this, which I'll start immediately. And I still need to pick a song and sing a song. Wood Duck Decoration Pet goes to Delane Lachlan. Bonnet Top Grandfather Clock goes to Asmodai Silanavarian. Sphinx Bookend Statue goes to Sean Silverfoot. Ornate Cornucopia 2015 goes to Headley Lamar. Epic Fall White Birch Tree goes to Cadman Wanderer. Congratulations, guys. And I'm going to start the last one here in just a minute. Oh, I see some names coming up there.
Dad,
Yeah?
can you get off soon?
Can I get off soon? I'm working here. I'm working here. That's a line from a famous movie.
Really?
I'm working here! Yeah, Richard De Niro. Supposedly that was not even a scene that was planned, in case you didn't know. And him slapping the car. I'm working here! That's supposedly like a car that was not supposed to be there.
The pizza's going to be here any minute.
The pizza's going to be here. Italian food, see? Pizza.
Don't you know?
Yes, but you need to give me time. Get out of here, little monkey.
Okay. I just can't help singing.
All right, let's see. So I see a group of... let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are the size groups that beat the final boss in the breach. There's another group of 6. There's a group that tried and failed. Just kidding. It's really hard. Party of 4, party of 5, party of 6, party of 6, party of 5, party of looks like 10. Party of 3, that's the lowest one yet. 3, 5, 3, 10, about 10. Yeah, lots of parties. I haven't even seen a 2 yet, so I haven't seen a party of 2 do it yet. Someone may yell and there was at least one duo. I'm only going back 7 days, so it might be before that. Party of 3. Let's see. 7, I'm not seeing one.
Trouble with our fish.
What's wrong?
Honey Garami Girl has a giant belly like she looks like she swallowed a marble.
Hey Maxine, can I do my stream here and work?
Did you know that means that she has...
I know, she's gonna have babies or something, or she wants to. Ooh, I do. There's 1, 2 here. Yes, that was on November 10th. Somebody did it with 2. So yes, it does happen apparently. But it is also not very easy. Do you know, I guess you guys know who that was? I set the pizza to be delivered at 5:15. So no worries there. I'm gonna probably be a little bit late. Only thing that needs to happen is that little monkey needs to stop bothering me. All right, I'm looking up who those 2 people were who did it, because I know they want their names said on air. Do 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 do. Dun 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 dun. It was Zeke Lautrec and some noob. Oh, Coswald, I see. Let's see. I will verify it was you and there weren't 2 doing it. Yep, Coswald Dirthmeyer was one of the 2 noobs who did it. And Zeke Lautrec. Yes, I can confirm. And it looks like you guys are the only 2 who did it. Now, I will point out that the thing I'm looking at can be a bit deceiving because it's only showing the people in the party that got credit for it. So you could have like a party of like 5 and a party of 5, 10 people working on it, and I'll only see the 5 showing up. I do have a way I can go and look, but you guys wouldn't do anything sneaky like that. But yeah, so you guys are the only 2, and that happened on the 13th, or on the 10th. So congratulations to you 2 guys there. Now I know why you wanted me to look. All right, and just because I'm going to get this out of the way, but then I've got some other things to do. I got some fishing stuff to do, and I'm going to do a few more last-second questions, and then I'm going to sing a song. I don't know what song I'm going to sing yet. Wood duck decoration pack goes to Lummox Ofolson. Bonnet top grandfather clock goes to Blaze Garsink. Sphinx bookend statue goes to Older Dude. Ornate cornucopia 2015 goes to Javare Sturmig. Javare. Oh. Epic fall white birch tree that is entirely too large to go in anything but a pot goes to Afia Ashanti. Congratulations. Let's see, did you win? Is that the second one? I think there may not have been any more dupes in that one. But congratulations, you guys. Congratulations to the 20 winners. Oh, no. Yeah, 20 winners we had. Elgarion will get those to you. He is probably out drinking with his girlfriend right now. But he will get those to you pretty quick. He's been pretty good about delivering them, you know, basically on the weekend it happens. So congratulations, winners. Let's see. Let me answer a few more questions, and then I got to read some fishing prize stuff, and then I will sing you guys out with my beautiful angelic voice. Let's see. Arca Hemp Strike. Oh, Arca Imp Strike, sorry. Can you do something nice to Opportunity Strike to make it neat for subterfuge specialists? I thought it was kind of nice already. Is it not nice? I thought it was pretty nice. I see it gets used. It shows up in the top, you know, top 25 skills or something that get used occasionally. Let's see. But yeah, I can take a look at it. It's on my list now. Azazel Reborn, is there any way to make the game remember your window and bag positions, please? It doesn't do that? I guess it's just because I always just leave it in the place it's at. I know you guys do a lot of rearranging. I sure thought it did that. That's lame. Yeah, we can probably make it do that. I thought the thing was it did that, but it didn't do it between clients. So if you run on one computer and you log in from a different computer, it didn't remember that. Yes, it's on. Oh, okay, that's what it is. That's what I'm remembering now. It's only remembering it for one. So you got like 3 characters or whatever. You play 3 different people play from the computer. You mess it up for one guy. That's one we've actually has also been on our quality of life talking list of things we've talked about doing. Is moving it so you can make the. Every time you come in here, I'm going to stay 5 minutes later with my friends.
Really?
But anyways, making it so that stuff gets saved, can be saved out per character rather than per client. We haven't looked into it. I don't think it's going to be that tough. But that is one that comes up fairly often, so. Oh, man, too many questions to answer here. Let me answer just a couple more, and then I'm going to read off some fishing results and sing you out, and we will go raid somebody and make their day. Make their Friday the 13th. Nothing bad has happened today. Not yet. Let's see. What happened to the trophy pumpkin contest? I don't know. That's one to ask Elgarion. I'm trying to vaguely remember. He had like 50 or 70 people in the fishing tournaments. There was one thing that he did that he was all sad about because no one competed in it. That may have been the one that he did, but he was trying to figure out if he didn't correctly tell the dates or there was some confusion about it. But I don't know. That may be the one that he didn't have any winners for because no one played in his contest because he thinks he miscommunicated something. So oh, let's see. The Mad Chef of Xenos. What bug are you most looking forward to being resolved? Oh man, oh there's so many. Yeah, I mean it's not a bug, but the thing I'm looking to improve on. I was hoping to get working on this release. I ended up spending a little too much time on the terraforming stuff. But the biggest thing is, to me, still is technically not a bug, but it sure feels like a bug, which is your frame rate dropping when you're in parties. For those who don't know, that's one of the things it is, and it's all the UI stuff. Again, this is not an easy thing to fix. But I'm continuing to work on different solutions for it. But that, to me, feels like the biggest bug is that you lose 15 frames a second when you're in a party of 10 people just due to the UI, and you double your frame rate basically turned off. So again, that one is not technically a bug, but it's a bug. But that's the thing I'm looking most to fixing, is just trying to improve performance. You guys shouldn't be penalized that much for trying to group up in parties and stuff. Cheers. All right, let me thank a few people, call out some fishing stuff, and then I will sing you with my angelic voice into the next stream. Sir Frank, thank you, thank you, thank you. I know I saw 4 or 5 new people who followed today. That is one of those things. I don't think that I think I'm a good singer. I do not think I'm a good singer. I do like singing, but I know I'm a horrible singer. That's just one of those ongoing traditions that we've had for many years now, that I will gladly embarrass myself to prove how much I love you and appreciate you. Bring me to tears. Hey, thank you, A Cup and A Lip. Again, thank you, John Marcus. Thank you, Shadow Vice, Sir Frank. So many thanks to you, Sir Frank. And Aeolus Adara, thank you, thank you, thank you. Many times over, I see. Adara is liking a lot of what I've been saying, apparently. Shadow Vice, also thank you. Mandalar, again, many thanks. And Sir Frank, many, many thanks to you guys. And let me get, if you guys have any song requests, I was thinking, I don't know what I'm going to do. I was trying to sing Muskrat Love to Maxine the other day. An old song. Baby Shark. Oh, Bully in the Alley. I do a pretty good Jim Croce. That's one of those that was burned into my brain since I was a kid. I lived in the very northern tip of Maine. They didn't have hardly any radio stations. So it was on an Air Force base. Loring Air Force Base, for those who know old Air Force bases that have closed. But we only had like cassette tapes and Jim Croce's greatest hits. Photographs and Memories is one of them. Let's see. Let me find the fishing contest winners. Here we go. Let's see. Oh yeah, and here's some things I'm supposed to post for you, I think. Bam. I'm supposed to be telling you guys that stuff over and over again. Oh, last minute event to plug that came in via PM. That's private message. Sunday, 8 p.m., Soul Stormland will stream an Alice in Wonderland deco-themed dungeon to the pot, or in the pot, Landvier, L-L-A-N-V-I-E-R. Take the Greentown teleporter sign to Serenia's Lakeside Retreat dungeon entrance at the Looking Glass, of course. And you can see them stream it on Twitch TV, Soul Stormland. That sounds awesome. Let me post that one up there in case you missed it. I love the themed building stuff. All right, let me read these things out here. All right, fishing contest. Twilight Tempest caught a tiger shark that is 4.921. That sounds huge. Ambiguous units. That's what we called them. At some point it was supposed to be meters, but we all realized that the scale was just completely wrong. Oh wait, that is to Regezel. His notes here are a little confusing. They get a large gold fishing trophy. Oh, and a player-owned town row lot deed. Congratulations there. Oh, that was Regezel was the town name, I think. Sorgan Taxcall caught a sailfish, 2.677 at Brave Coast. PvP. 2-chained Obsidian Shard Pack 3-pack, large silver fishing trophy. Dugan Redhammer caught a Coelacanth, 2.685. Oh! So close to the other one. Northwest Blackblade Mountains, lava fishing rod of prosperity, and a large bronze fishing trophy. Be sure to say autumn leaves and pumpkin please. It's too late for that. You missed your chance if you haven't done that already. And let's see. So that's all the stuff there. Now I get to see anybody throw out any stuff. Walking in Memphis. Well, I know the walking in Memphis. Mark Cohn's song. What are the lyrics for that one? Nah, I don't remember it well enough. I mean, it's one of my old favorite songs. I'm trying to remember. I might have actually seen him live. Yeah, I need to listen to that one once within the last decade. Sorry. You guys got anything else there? Volare. Do 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 do. Cantare. Do 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 do. Here, I'll do this one. Hey, thank you very much, Mandalar and Sir Frank, bringing the bits even when there's no prizes to be gained. She doesn't own a dress. Her hair is always a mess. Oh, wait. I already messed it up. I'm going to pass on that one, too. I was going to do a train song, but that's another one I haven't heard in a while. Oh, this is so tough. Okay, well, let me find somebody to raid, and then I'm going to go just do an easy one I know I can fall back to. Devil went down to Georgia. These are good requests. I need to, like, look some of these things up ahead of time, though. Devil went down to Georgia. He's looking for a soul to steal. He's looking in a vine way behind. It's Charlie Daniels' band. Charlie Daniels played just by my house over here. They have a church, and he played at the church. I know you guys don't care about that stuff. Hopefully you guys won't all leave before I can find somebody to raid here. Do. That's not what I want. Who's streaming? Oh my goodness, we got a few people. Oh, the Bard returns the soda. I'm not going to look any further there. Silver Tree Consortium. Let me give a plug for Silver Tree. Because next week on Thursday, on release day, assuming no crazy stuff happens, I don't think it will because this again was a Q quality of life and bug fixing release. But I will be on Silver Tree's stream. He always gets mad props from me because he also keeps fish in his background. And let's see, iWacko's on, also amazing. Last Diameter, Alphane, oh man, Alphane's on and he's always amazing. And Corlag the Bard, we got a lot of great people here, but Bard has returned to Soda. So Bard's going to be getting my raid tonight. Let's see. So let me get that going, and then I got to go find a quick Jim Croce song that I know I can nail. And you guys can go wherever you want to. Again, if you want to learn how to play Alphane, you can. He will tell you how to play, how to break the game 100 different ways. But he does find the bugs that break the game that do not really cause problems, make the game worse for other people. But he does some amazing stuff. I keep saying I'm going to go do a stream with him, but he wants to show me stuff in private so other people don't do it. Last Diameter we've rated before. Corlag the Bard we've rated before. All these guys are amazing. We're going to go with the Graceful Bard as a welcome back. Let's see. Is there...
Pizza's here!
Okay, I'm just about to raid somebody.
Okay.
Alright, so we are just about to raid. Let me find a song here I can nail. Alright, here we go. Gonna sing you guys out. I'll try and do this one good because I've had a few drinks here. Totally not alcohol. Ready? Going. Whoops. Alright. Uptown's got its hustlers. The Bowery's got its bums. 42nd Street got Big Jim Walker. He's a pool shooting son of a gun. Yeah, he's big and dumb as a man can come, but he's stronger than a country hoss. And when the bad folks all get together at night, you know they all call Big Jim boss, just because you don't tug on Superman's cape, you don't spit into the wind, You don't pull the mask off the old Lone Ranger, and you don't mess around with Jim. You not see I'm singing here.
Sorry, but why is
Well,
the
out of
pizza-
South Alabama comes a country boy.
Why aren't they...
Wait until I finish my song.
Okay.
He said, I'm looking for a man named Jim. I am a pool shooting boy. My name is Willie McCoy. But down home they call me Slim. Yeah, I'm looking for the king of 42nd Street. He's driving a drop-top Cadillac. Last week he took all my money, and it may sound funny, but I come to get my money back. And everybody say, Jack, don't you know? You don't tug on Superman's cape.
Stop it.
You don't spit into the wind. You don't pull the mask off the old Lone Ranger, and you don't mess around with Jim. I won't tell you how the song ends. Guys, have a great weekend and be safe.
Dad, why isn't the pizza truck dropping
Let's say bye.
off our
Bye, people.
pizza?